heart pounding, drenched in sweat,
You got this!
and no excuses. These are the greatest workouts in America.
We as humans are far more capable than we believe.
No matter the odds,
Think about the end result.
get out there and get going.
We're gonna start with 45 minutes.
This is Pumped. First stop, Texas.
The doctor walked in and he said, James, you had a seizure. Somehow you turned your stove on and your t-shirt caught fire. You know, that speaks a lot to living with epilepsy. You can't really do anything on your own. I got diagnosed when I was 18.
He was always a very good athlete, very active, played all the sports. All that changed his freshman year at the University of Texas. James was having these episodes. So that began this whole journey of what is epilepsy? What is a seizure? We had no idea what that was.
I asked my mom a bunch of times if I can get a run, and I went out on a run, and next thing I know, I'm waking up at my house, coming out of a blackout at my house, and I wonder what's going on, and my mom informed me that I had a seizure, sure enough, a block away. I went down on the ground pretty good. The seizures, they got a lot worse. I fell on brick stairs, fell right on my head. 13 staples right there. And then the golf course, that was with my dad, and they all hit their tee shots. I just had a seizure, and they didn't hear it.
It was about 2 or 3 minutes, and in that period of time, James disappeared. And I looked over by the water fountain, I thought he was there, and he wasn't. And then I ran straight back to the lake. It was about probably 20, 30 yards back, and he was in the lake face down. And my cousin and I got him out and gave him CPR. So I thought he had drowned. Sure did.
I was hanging out with my friend here at the house, and I woke up on the other side in the burn unit in the ICU. And when I woke, the doctor walked in and he said, James, you had a seizure. Somehow you turned your stove on and your t-shirt caught fire. And you have sustained second, third, and fourth degree burns to over 45% of your body. After the burn injury, that was when I found Dr. Tandon.
It was about 6 months later, Dr. Tandon called me on a Friday afternoon. He told me that, in so many words, that they found the problem.
So this is a small abnormality in the base of the skull where the temporal lobe lives, and it's called a temporal meningoencephalocele. You see that there's an outpouching.
He said, we need to have surgery, we need to take that out, and I feel like that's going to cure your epilepsy.
It was a pretty big cut, starting at the forehead, kind of a horseshoe shape to my ear.
He came out of the surgery, and I gave him a big hug, and Dr. Tandon said, we got it. We, of course, all sort of started crying, but we believed him. But with epilepsy, you really don't know if it's fixed until you don't have seizures.
1 month went by, no seizures. 2 months went by, no seizures. And 3 months went by, and my doctor told me I could drive. I was like, wait, what? You know, I pulled out my truck keys that I had in high school when I was 16. Me and my dad went for a drive.
I'll never forget the first day he drove. It was like when he was 3 years old and he rode a bike the first time down the street with me holding him, you know. It was just the greatest day ever.
And now he's getting married, he can have a family, has a job, you know. It was miraculous.
My life was changed. It was absolutely changed. When I had the surgery and my seizures were cured and I experienced that first taste of running by myself, it stuck with me big time. So then I was like, you know what, I'm running the half marathon. Callie, my fiance, she did it for the Epilepsy Foundation 2 years prior. It's my turn to be able to raise money for this. I ran the half marathon last year. I crossed the line, I was thinking to myself, is that it? Because, you know, I thought I could have kept going. This is my first full marathon this year, and I'm running for the Epilepsy Foundation. This foundation, they've done a lot for me, and it feels really good for me to give back to them, trying to raise as much money as possible. People who are, you know, contributing to my fundraiser, they know what they're contributing to the Epilepsy Foundation. It helps them gear into the marathon, helps them gear into fundraising. It's all just great. You know, as I stand here today, I'm seizure-free. I really like to speak to a lot of people with epilepsy. I like to speak to a crowd full of people that don't know what epilepsy is. I know that it's a lot of mental struggles associated with a disability like epilepsy. You know, since I got out of that hole, you know, I think it's just my duty to share and, you know, my duty to help others. If they see my story and they see me on the other end not having seizures and I can go out and run a marathon, I hope it just provides hope for people who are suffering from seizures.
And we Waking up to a frosty morning, but great running weather. It warmed up very quickly. 28,000 taken to the streets today for the Chevron Houston Marathon.
You know, you want to prove people wrong. You know what? Yeah, I can. I can beat epilepsy. And you know what? I can run a marathon. When you're picturing someone saying, you can't do that, it's just the motivation to break through that wall. They're the ones that watch the Seizures. He saw me get burned, and here he is running the last 10 miles of me. They can say I'm an inspiration, but it's people like him. It's my family. They're the inspiration.
We're headed to New York City.
What if I were to tell you there's a place on Long Island where you could break a sweat, do a little dance move, and get a free drink afterwards? That's right, guys. Tonight I'm here in East Northport at the New York Boxing Club where they're debuting their new fitness class, the Box Nightclub. So I'm gonna get my dance on, break a little sweat, and see if I could embrace my inner Rocky Balboa. Let's see if I can do it.
Hey, my name is Eddie Rivera. I'm the CEO of New York Fitness and Boxing. We're really looking forward to meeting you here. This is our Cardio Box Nightclub experience that happens every Saturday night at 9 o'clock. It's a 2-hour experience. We've been keeping the community fit for many, many years now since we've been here and opened in 2014. We have our day classes, we have group classes, we have private classes. But if you want to get your club on and you want to get the DJ and you want the DJ lights, meet us here Saturdays.
I don't know if it's longer. We're gonna go ahead and start.
This is actually a cool concept because it's less intimidating. We're in the dark, nobody can really see you, so you can come, you can move, you can throw punches, you can shake your tail feather, kind of pretty much anything you want it to be.
It's the perfect way to celebrate your Saturday night, work out, and then go out for drinks and dance. I feel good. I feel sweaty, but I feel energized. It was good.
We did something 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then we were doing something else. I enjoyed that.
This is good for my stress.
It's actually a 2-hour session, and it's broken up in 2 phases. We start off with a warm-up, so you're right, you start a warm-up, so rounds 1 and 2, we're warming up, and then we take all the way to round 11. From round 3 to round 10, we're pushing people through our exercise routines. There's about a 45-minute training, and then there's a 15-minute intermission where people can begin to hydrate again. And for those that are ready to get back into the gym or back into the session, they can go on to the second phase of that. You know, you might find some people are just dancing the rest of the night away, and those are pretty hardcore. They want to continue with the session.
A lot of times when we go out at night, we kind of feel a little guilty because we're afraid, you know, if we go out and we overindulge, well then now, you know, we're gonna not work out the next day because we're gonna feel a little bit too tired, things like that. If you put them together, you're gonna have the best of both worlds. You get to work out and have a lot of fun.
I feel very refreshed. I feel like I had a fantastic workout.
It's a Saturday night. You have a lot of options. In this particular case, you decided to come to the Cardio Box Nightclub experience. Why? Because you're going to come in, you're going to get your fit on with fitness-minded people, and at the end of it all, you get a free drink pass, and you can go out and enjoy the night away over at one of our participating bars.
Coming up.
Flamenco itself is so emotional.
And later,
what we do here at OsteoStrong is we put you in the proper position to put the maximum load on your skeletal system.
You're watching Pumped. Welcome back to Pumped. We're headed to New York City.
Flamenco itself is so emotional. It goes from joyous 1 minute to soul-searching drama, and then bursting into power and passion and defiance. The mission of Alvarado is very unique. Where flamenco is very popular with many companies, Alvarado wants to preserve the regional dances, which are such a rich cultural gem that they have, and classical Spanish as well. A lot of these dances could be lost, especially in the United States. They're not getting to see it. In Spain, yes, there are still bastions of all of this culture, but in the United States, it brings the Spanish culture so much more alive than just having one type of dance performed all the time.
My father's from Spain, so it's very much in me. My mother's from Cuba, so it's a good balance between the two cultures. Both cultures have some spice and attitude and sass, and I love it. But it just brings me home. Like, I have family in Spain and Cuba that I never get to see because they're so far away. So this is a way to just connect to them, and it brings joy to my family's eyes when they watch me perform, seeing that I'm doing something that they grew up learning in their country.
So when we're being quiet, we do beautiful braceo, arm movements. So we do the flores with our hands and a nice arched back. And that takes a long time to develop this technique. And then, of course, there's the taconeo. That's when we get to make noise. So we start with a golpe and a golpe and a golpe, and it gets faster. Spain has such a rich culture and a rich heritage and a rich history that involves many other cultures. So when we bring in Spain's effects on the world, on the New World, on the Celtic influence from the Celts who occupied Spain, from the Moors who occupied Spain, from the gypsies that came from North India, through North Africa into Spain, from the Sephardic Jewish people, from the Byzantine Christians. So you have this art form that is a melting pot of all of these wonderful cultures, and then you create flamenco out of that.
You don't have to be a dancer to do flamenco. You just have to have passion and the emotion. You express emotion. If you are, some people turn to writing, some people turn to karate. Why not turn to dance? Not only is it beautiful, but it's also a big exercise to do as well, just like swimming or anything else. It's a full body exercise. This is my exercise for the week.
It's my family history, it's my heritage. Coming out, trying to imbue in these children a love for the dance. It's so cultural, it's so educational. It doesn't matter what age you are. Flamenco is from your soul. If you feel like you can dance a little bit, join us. We will get you to learn stuff that you wouldn't think you've ever been able to learn.
Coming up.
Bones are building up until age 20. At age 30, we lose bone at a rate of between 1% and 2% a year.
And later,
I can't really work out at home, so it just feels good to get out, get to a class, and even be around people, even if it's distance.
You're watching Pumped. Welcome back to Pumped.
I'm not good at pull-ups. I'm OsteoStrong, and today I'm gonna try a 10-minute no-sweat session that can increase bone density, strength, and balance.
You just push 4 times your body weight. What we do here at OsteoStrong is we put you in the proper position to put the maximum load on your skeletal system. So this is our full body vibration plates, and they're gonna get you ready for your osteogenic loading sessions.
Okay, cool.
The sessions take 10 minutes once a week. I'm gonna have you put one foot on it first, all right? You could come in work clothes, regular clothes, no sweat, you don't get sore the next day. Hold on to the bar, lift one foot, and I'm gonna have you look straight ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So this is just to test your balance. Vibration plates are stabilizing all your muscles. They're causing your muscles to contract and relax.
Wow, I can't even see you.
Yeah.
You're moving.
When you put pressure on bones, your bones adapt to that pressure. This is very much like a chest press. We found out recently exactly how much pressure we need to put on our bones in order to cause them to regenerate or build. And go ahead and push that away from you. So you just pushed 218 pounds.
Wow.
For somebody like myself to put 4.2 multiples of my body weight on my bones at the gym, I have to lift 700 pounds. Keep breathing.
Ooh, baby. 477.
You just pushed 4 times your body weight, 477 pounds straight through your legs.
That was rough.
Our bones are building up until age 20. At age 30, we lose bone at a rate of between 1% and 2% a year. Good?
I'm not good at pull-ups, so we'll see.
Breathe through the entire thing. Very good. You just pulled 246 pounds. That's it.
Cool. Almost done.
Pinch those shoulders. When you're ready, breathe through the entire thing. You did 2.6 multiples of your body weight.
I feel like I just did 50 squats. Now I'm gonna take the camera from John here and he's gonna demonstrate a guy doing the exact same workout.
OsteoStrong works well for people of all ages and all levels of activity. So we have people that are needs-based, so they have osteoporosis or low bone density. We also have elite athletes that come in and use OsteoStrong to improve their performance. So you achieve 3 multiples of your body weight. Fantastic.
All right.
People feel benefits right away. So the first thing that people will notice is that an improvement in balance. Did you just push 1,543 pounds? A lot of times they notice strength increases, so if they are going to the gym, they'll notice, but usually it's everyday activities. So you're at the supermarket and you're lifting groceries, you'll feel that, hey, I could carry these bags for a longer period of time. I'm more comfortable walking up the stairs, things like that. 1,009 pounds.
I think I could have done better.
4.7 multiples of your body weight. Yeah.
I thought you said this doesn't sweat.
Very good, nice work.
Thanks, man.
All right. That was your session.
Wow, I feel good. I'm not sweaty. Could go back to work.
I'm feeling osteo-strong.
We're headed to New York City.
When I saw that they were doing outdoor classes, I was like, this is awesome because I need to get out of the house and actually like work out because I've been like all up on the couch for the past couple of months.
So for the past few months, I've been working out at home, trying to do my best to stay motivated. So I'm really excited because today I'm going to be trying Crank Cycle, which is a studio-based cycling class that has their classes outside. So they check your temperature, they disinfect the bikes. I did bring my mask. I know that the bikes are 6 feet apart, but for me, I'm going to wear my mask while I'm cycling. So I haven't done a cycling class in about 6 months, so let's see where this goes.
It was difficult enough to start a business up, let alone with the coronavirus and the pandemic. It's really been difficult, and I'm so glad at this point that we're able to take our indoor cycling outdoors. We are taking temperatures, we're spreading the bikes out more than 6 feet apart, so we're properly social distancing. We have hand sanitizers when you walk in, and lots of disinfectant.
I'm someone that I can't really work out at home, so it just feels good to get out, get to a class, and even be around people, even if it's distance.
You know, working out with a mask isn't so bad.
I'm a full-time working mother, so right now I don't get a lot of stress relief, and this is my time to get away and let it all out. The safety check started before we even got here today. Obviously, all the protocol was reviewed prior to signing up. We knew what to expect. I knew that my temperature was going to be taken. I knew that the bikes were clean before I arrived. I knew to wear a mask before I arrived and during and after. And I knew that they were going to clean afterwards, as well as the individual weights were also clean. So I had confidence in that, and they answered any questions I had prior to that.
The classes are just filling up quickly here, and the community is really, really excited to have a spin studio right in their backyard. A lot of people tell me, oh, you know, they're afraid to try it for the first time, but I say the Crank Cycle classes are good for everyone, from the beginner all the way to the ultimate athlete. So we definitely have something here for everyone. I know it's really not the easiest thing to be wheeling 30 bikes outside in a parking lot, but times like this, things have changed, and we have to do what we need to do.
Yeah? Okay.
Coming up.
It is a lot to coordinate to keep the hula hoop going at the same time as stepping from side to side, front to back. That's really hard.
And later,
5,297. It was just as it sounds, awful.
You're watching Pumped. You're watching Pumped. We're headed to Chicago.
Arms out. Ready. Let's go. Up. Down. Up. And down.
All of
my students are probably, if not 60 and older. It helps you with coordination, balance, all those things that you need, stamina, because when they start hooping, even if you can hoop a little bit, it takes endurance and stamina to be able to do it that long.
It is a lot to coordinate to keep the hula hoop going at the same time as stepping from side to side, front to back. That's really hard. So it's amazing that to think that anyone can do it, and let alone us who are over a certain age can do it as well.
Hooping was a way I could connect 3 years ago when I started it. So it's broadened my reach, as well as connecting to people that I would not normally connect with.
Let's go. All right, go faster.
So during this time of coronavirus and stay-at-home policy, I know that hooping is something that I look forward to each and every day.
You wake up in the morning, you're thinking about it. You go to bed, you're thinking about it. I have to say that the time that I spend hooping helps me to maintain my sanity.
And when we could take an example of how we can take control back of our lives by exercising, this is an example of something people could do that maybe they didn't think they could do.
But I always say it's a fun way to get fit. And if we can do what we can do, and then when things hit like a pandemic or a disease, I don't feel guilty because I've done what I could do.
5,297. It was just as it sounds, awful, yeah. I have to submit everything to Guinness, which is going to take about 4 to 12 weeks depending on their backlog. The day I started it, I did 1,300 in one day.
One more.
Have a favorite spot to get pumped? Tell us on social media.